Good morning. Equipment, we need a Pilates ball and a cushion, and then we're going to start standing up, and yeah, just get the general groove on. So you take a stand on your mat or kind of thereabouts. I'm going to just, because I'm a little bit, actually I'm going to move my screen a little bit so you can see me. So we're just going to start with some arm circles and get into the rotation. So just to get that kind of part of the body moving a little bit after the week of whatever you have been doing. It's very sunny. Okay, so bring your feet hip joint width apart, and then just draw the fingertips up the wall. Open them out to the side, and then come down towards the pelvis, and just bringing your arms up, opening out to the side, and drop down. And again, just gently opening up the arms here, creating a bit of energetic tension as you are moving the arms so they're not floppy. And then we're going to just start a little rotation. So we're going to bring the fingertips up towards the ceiling. We're going to turn towards your left. So you're rotating the rib cage now towards the left, looking diagonally in front of you. You're going to bring the arms down. When the arms are in a low V, you're going to come over to the other side. Draw the fingertips up the wall. Over to your left. Down to the bottom of the arms, over towards your right, up to the ceiling. And we're going to gently go a little bit faster. So rotating with the arms when they're low, and then cross back to the starting place when they're high. And then go a little bit faster. Keeping that rotation going, and you'll find that your arms start to feel like they're moving in a bit of a spiraling action. And just getting them a little bit more warm. And then we're going to stop here, come down. Okay. And then we are going to go up towards the ceiling. We're going to come across towards your right with the arms up, down, and then back towards your left when they're down. So it is the opposite way. And then calm down. That's it. So you're rotating, you're moving your arms as your rib cage rotates. And then you're going a little bit faster. And a little bit faster. Just until your arms feel like they are moving, your spine's rotating. And then let's stop. So let's bring our arms down towards the side. Maybe close your eyes, maybe. Just notice how your shoulders are now feeling away from your ears. I'm just going to roll the spine down towards the navel, let the arms hang heavy in front, and just gently move them as you come into that first forward bend of the day. Just move them a little bit. I always go sort of to my right, to my left, spiraling them inwards and outwards in the socket. And then press into the feet, curl up from the front of the spine. Draw the fingertips up the wall. Open your arms up wide to the side and down towards the hips. Circle the shoulders. And circle them forward. Bring the arms up. Fingertips out towards the side. Hands are facing the floor. and then spiral up towards the ceiling, spiral down. So you're wringing your arm bones out. Also trying to reach a little bit to each side. You can widen your feet if you'd like to here. Just give yourself a standing position that works for you. And just let your arms just move. You don't need to push it all to the edge. Just maintaining that movement that we've already started. And then we're going to lengthen the fingertips out, draw the fingertips down, and then press away, draw the fingertips down, press away, draw the fingertips down, press away, draw the fingertips down, press away with the heels of the hands, and again. And again, this time finish with the heels of the hands facing out, and then turn the arms towards the front, spiral them to the back. And again. All the time growing out of your spine. Allowing the spine to lengthen away from the hip bones up to the crown of the head. And then draw the fingertips in, interlace the fingers, press away, allow the shoulders to round here, and then bring the shoulder blades back, shoulder blades round, and back in, shoulder blades round, and back in, shoulder blades round, and back in. Bring the hands up towards the ceiling, really reach, and then come over to the side and just do a nice side stretch, and then back, and side stretch again. Interlace your, take your left fingers around your right wrist, reaching up and over. So you're pulling, so you've got your your thumb and your fingers linked over your wrist here, around your wrist, and reach, and back up, and then over we go. And back up. And then again over towards your right side, reaching round, good morning. And then just turn your rib cage around so your eye gaze faces the floor, gently does it here. Just allowing the length from the back of the spine all the way up towards the left shoulder, the front shoulder. And then turn to the side. And then up we go. Change the hand, come over towards your left. Reaching over, press the rib cage up, and then just rotate the rib round so you're looking at the floor. And then turn up and back. Bring the arms down, rotate the shoulders, and then come to stand at the end of the mat. I'm just going to change my camera degree a little bit. And just find your feet at the end of the mat. Let the arms hang down from the shoulders. And just soften the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. And then just drop your head down. Roll your ribcage down, nose to chest, towards the floor. Let your arm bones come. Turn the pelvis away from the backs of the legs. Bend the knees. Lengthen the legs. And bend the knees again. Just gently bending and lengthening the legs here. And again. Bend the knees. Now, with your body sort of brushing the thigh bones, I want you to draw your fingertips up the wall. Widen your pelvis as you come up into a ski squat. Drop down, lengthen the legs, bend the knees, draw the fingertips up the wall, widen the pelvis, drop down, lengthen the legs. And bend the knees, draw the fingertips up the wall. Calm down, lengthen the leg. And again. Stay here and hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop down, lengthen your legs again. And then bend the knees, send the arm bones up towards your ears. Hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop down, lengthen the leg. Bend the knees. And come down and lengthen the arms up and hold for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop down, lengthen the legs. Walk your hands out and come into a plank. Send the legs away. Widen the shoulders. Knit the sides of your body towards your midline. And just draw your eyes up so they're just beyond your fingers. Take your front leg, press it up, cross it over the back leg and come up into a side. Reaching up. Bring the arm over. I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Then take the back leg over the front leg. Spiral onto the side, reaching up. Over we go. Repeat towards the front. Front leg over back leg. Up we go. Over. Back leg over front leg. And up. Over we go again. One more time on each side. Front leg over back. Reaching up and back leg over front, reaching up, well done. Back we go, onto the knees, tuck the toes under, bottom towards the heels, open and widen the feet and open and widen the hands. Press down and then sort of slightly traction the arms a little bit closer towards you. So you've got this activated armpit here. And just keep your shoulders nice and open in this child's pose. You want to be an active child's pose, not rather than softening into it. And then we're going to come up onto the knees. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Your knees are going to be a little bit wider than they would normally be, so away from your belly button. And then we're just going to bend the elbows towards our thighs. And then we're going to press up. You don't have to go all the way down. Just want you to bend and let your body come down. Press through the hands and up we go. Send the elbows towards the bottom, so along the side of your body. So you want to think of like a grasshopper. Your arms are going like this, rather than that. So you want to think this. So if you're finding that your elbows are going out quite a bit, then don't go as far. Okay? So just come over so your shoulders are over your wrists again. And then just bend the elbows just slightly. And then lengthen up. Bend the elbows just slightly. And then lengthen up. Bend the elbows just slightly. And then lengthen up. Soften down, keep the hands where they are and keep your arms nice and active by connecting your fingers into the mat and just slightly, it's like that dragging kind of feeling that ends up connecting your hands to your armpits. Then we're going to come onto your elbows. Bring your fingertips towards each other. So your elbows are in a bit of an A shape. Bring your knees away a little bit more again. Widen your collarbones. And we're going to lift our feet off if you like, or you can have your feet on the mat. And I want you to press down with the forearms and action your armpits. And then by that, you're going to feel a connection in your midline. And then you're just going to come forwards with the head towards the hands. And then you're going to press through the forearms to come back up. Keeping wide with the collarbones. Coming down. Pressing down across the whole of the arm. The whole of the forearm as you come up. And again, dropping down. And up. So if you find it's hard to get back up, don't go so far. Only go as far as it is an easy move for you to get back up. And then you can graduate down as your muscles connect in. Okay, so now we're just going to take one leg off. So maybe bring your knees in a tiny weeny little bit. Bring your front knee up and off the mat. So it's pointing up towards the ceiling. And then come down. And back up. And come towards your hands. And back up. Towards your hands. And back up towards your hands. And back up. Drop that knee. And bring the other knee up. And again, calm down. And up. And down. And up. And down. And up. A few more. 2 and 1. Okay, so bring that knee down, send your bottom towards your heels, open your arms up, lengthen your fingers away. And then come onto the mat. Grab the Pilates ball. And pop that underneath in between your shoulder blades. And we'll do some chest lifting. So I want you to just find a space where you feel comfortable with the ball behind your back. Bring your elbows so you can see them. I want you to press into the ball to connect in with your midline. And then lengthen away. Not all the way over, just feel like you're going in a long line. So kind of essentially if you took the ball away, your spine will be flat. And then press into the ball to turn the rib cage in towards the navel. Lengthen away. And again. That's it, good. And away. Keeping that pressure on the back of the rib cage into the ball. And then gently, slowly let that lengthen. Get a little bit more longer as you go over the arc of the ball. A little bit longer as you go over the arc of the ball. And a little bit longer as you go over the arc of the ball. Now come down with your head onto the mat. Bring the elbows out wide. Lengthen the legs here. And just find the space. If that's uncomfortable, then bring the knees up a little bit. Or all the way back up. And then press the back of the rib cage in towards the ball as your eye gaze comes towards the wall in front, keeping the legs long or keeping the legs where they are. When you're up here, bring the legs long if you've got them up. Okay? And then just don't go so far back. Alright, so lengthen the spine over the ball, only as far as you feel comfortable doing, and then press into the ball to come forwards. And again. Point the toes, make the legs active, as you also lengthen out your hip flexors. Now flex the feet, send the heels away here, and again. And again. Now I want you to take the front leg over the back leg, okay? I'm just going to maybe tuck the feet so you're just in this weird cross legs, and then do some chest lifts here. So trying to keep your rib cage stable as we change the leg move around. Keep those feet active, keep those heels active, and then we're going to switch to the other side. And continue to do the chest lift. That's it, good. And now we're going to unravel the legs. Bring your arms in front of you. You're deeply in chest lift here, and reach forward. If your neck starts to ache, place one hand behind the head, but make sure that you're moving from your rib cage, not your head. Your head's not moving full, your head's not leading the movement. I mean, if you weren't moving your rib cage, it wouldn't be moving at all. And we're just going to have that kind of little tiny weeny moves. And then bring the hands behind the head, bring yourself over the ball. And again, coming back up. Point the toes this time. Really activate the legs as you continue on the chest lift trajectory. And again. Hold here, and then bring the back leg over the front leg. And continue on the chest lift, pointing the toes this time. And just noticing what that does. Just a small change in your limbs, what that does to your abdominal muscles. And then we're going to change the leg again, over so the back leg comes over the front leg. And really pointing those feet, getting those feet nice and active. And then lengthen both the legs, uncross them, come over the ball. Open the elbows out wide. Stay here for a moment. And then press the back of the rib cage in towards the ball, eye gaze towards the wall, and let's continue just doing a few more sagittal chest lifts here. So front chest lifts. And then come up into a chest lift sort of connection, and lengthen the arms forwards, and then move the rib cage in again. Keeping the head, neck and shoulders really soft. You're only moving because you're turning your rib cage towards your navel. Place your back hand behind the head. Take the front arm across the body towards the back and reach and come back to center. Reach and come back to center. As you're reaching, you're turning the rib cage. It's as though your back shoulder blade is moving the ball out to the front. So from below you, it's just moving. So the back shoulder and the back rib cage. It's just moving the ball to the front of the mat. And then reach. Bring your hand behind the head, turn towards the front of your mat, and then reach with the front arm over the body. and lengthen. And again, turning, feel like you're moving the ball with the front shoulder blade towards the front, to the back of the mat. So the front shoulder blade, or you can think the front half of the rib cage. You're just turning the rib cage, the feet are pointed, so you're really solid in your lower part of your body. The only thing that's moving is your rib cage and the associated limbs in your head, neck and shoulders, but it's because your rib cage is moving. Sit and hold here, turn, 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 turn. Bring the hands behind the head and come back to the middle, come over the ball. We're going to repeat that. Bring your elbows out to the side. Feel the length from the pubic bone all the way up to the collarbones. And eye gaze goes from the ceiling to where the thighs would be. Turn the ribs towards the back of the mat. Lengthen that front arm across you and just start turning the rib cage. That's it. That's really nice and easy movement. Is using the ball to help you turn the rib cage. Really good. Supporting your head with your hands and your hands with your head. And then hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hand behind the head, turning around towards the front of the mat. Maybe if you need to, rejiggle the ball. And then come over towards the front, arm forward and turn the rib cage. Just lengthening the arm in front of you as you move. Keeping those legs active, the toes pointed. So the only part of your body that is moving is emanating from the turn in the ribs. And then come back, place the hands behind the head, open the chest over the ball. And then bring the knees up, come up onto your forearms, take the ball, and then place the ball underneath your sacrum. So continuing on from sort of the trajectory of the last couple of sessions, I just want to spend some time working on the hip, on the pelvis. So we're just going to do some pelvic tilts and pelvic clocks here, because it's really important to get that pelvis moving and for the legs to be able to dissociate, as in move separately in the hip sockets. And often a lot of back pain can emanate from a sticky pelvis, and so in order to do our best to support our spine, we want to just keep on going with the pelvic clock. So just gently rocking back and forward here with your feet on the floor, knees bent. Maybe your hands are on the bony protrusions of your hips, and just gently move the balls backwards and forwards. And then we'll rock from side to side by pressing one foot down and lengthening that thigh bone too. You may find that your pelvis kind of elevates when you're doing this. If that's the case, then just maybe pause for a moment and just think about anchoring your pelvis into the ball, because it's the grounding nature of the pelvis into the ball that allows the movement to happen. So we want to be able to just soften all of the muscular structures here from your spine and around your belly, and just allow the pelvis just to rock. And then forwards and backwards again. So rolling towards the gap in your legs, rolling towards your navel. If you make a noise, don't worry, it's all good. The more noise the better, as one of my teachers would say when she was teaching us antenatal. We do a lot of pelvic movement in that, on the balls. So, and then I just want you to circle around. So I want you to go from the navel to the side, to the, in between the legs, to the side, and just imagine that you're turning, you're creating a circle with the ball, underneath the ball on the mat, between the pelvis and the ball and the mat. And then reverse. That's it, just nice and turny, 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 and then reverse the movement again. And reverse the movement again. Another way of thinking about this is that the thigh bones go into the sockets, and it could be that you're circling around the thigh bones rather than circling on the base of your pelvis. It just depends on how your brain thinks. So just draw your knees up onto towards you, so your feet come off the floor. Place your hands onto your knees, and then let's just do a small circle of the thigh bones whilst you're in the ball. So this may be a little bit wobbly, which is totally fine. But this one I want you to concentrate on moving the thigh bones in the socket of the hips rather than the hips moving, and then reverse. And then bring the legs together, lengthen the feet up towards the ceiling. Place your hands on your belly and your elbows on the floor, and then flex the heels up. Point the feet, flex the heels up, point the feet, flex the heels up, point the feet, flex the heels up, point the feet. Just maybe wriggle your shoulders here, just depends on how your shoulders are feeling. If they're feeling a little bit uncomfy or a little bit need a move, then please do. Don't just lie there going, oh, it'll be okay, because I just think sometimes, we need to have a little bit of a wriggle. Lengthen the arms up towards the ceiling if this is available to you, whilst you're pointing and flexing. Because we're going to be splitting the arms and the legs in a moment, so might as well get the feeling of how this is. And I want you to bend your knees, bring your heels together, and then press away. And then bring the knees back in, bring the feet back in, press away. And bend the knees, press away. Now we're going to introduce the arms. So as you bring the knees in, the arms are going to go out. As you press the legs away, the arms are going to come back. And again, arms towards the ears, not to the floor. Press away, arms back. And again. Just gently. And again. Feel like you're lengthening your arms away from your armpits as you do this, and that you're pressing your feet long away from the pelvis. Now we're going to bring both of the arms and the legs out together. So bring the knees in and the arms up towards the ceiling. Okay, and then we're going to gently lengthen the arms and lengthen the legs away. And we're going to come back in and away. So this may be easier for you, or it may be a bit more tricky, or it may be the same. But just take it easy, but just feel like you've got this connection between your fingers and your toes. I often think about it like a cat's cradle, like elastic attached around my fingers and hands and my toes and the soles of my feet that are lengthening and shortening. So shortening when they come in, lengthening when they get out. And I have as many crosses, I am showing my age here, but I have as many crosses as you would a multiple sort of web of a cat's cradle. Also, a bit more scientific, there are tensegrity models that you can that you might know what they look like. Again, same sort of crisscross nature. Okay, now we're going to lengthen the legs back up again and the arms. And this time we're going to draw the front leg down, the arm stays where it is, and then back up. Draw the back leg down, lengthening the front of that leg. Notice the connection towards your navel as you do this. That's it. Now we're going to split the arms and the legs. So back, arm, front, leg comes down. And back, arm, front. So back leg, front arm. That's it. Keep the connection across the arms and the legs, across your diagonal. So you can think of a line that goes from the armpit to the hip, or from the fingers to the toes, or both here. The colour can be whatever colour you'd like. You do not have to go that far away from each other. You do not have to go that low. Just go as far as you feel comfortable doing. Okay, now bend the knees just a little bit. Bring the hands onto the knees. So we're going to have a play with doing both sides now. So the same side, I should say. So lengthen the legs up, and then we're going to lengthen the front arm and leg away, and back arm and leg away, so no longer opposites. And again, so drawing the line down the side of your body now, or on the front of your body. Really connecting in. Good. And then again out. Then we're going to do both arms and legs away. And back. Both arms and legs away. And back. Both arms and legs away. And back. Bend the knees in. Circle the thigh bones in your pelvis. And reverse the circle. Drop the feet down. Just let the body, bring the ball away from the body. Place it to one side. And just let the body soften onto the mat. Notice how everything's feeling. Maybe you want to lengthen your legs. And just notice any differences which may be showing up for you right now. Okay, so bring your knees over towards the side and let's roll over onto the front of our bodies. So place one hand on top of each other, place the forearm, the forehead onto your hands. So we're going to do a little bit of work on the back of the legs now. So just let your feet come open onto the mat. So the tops of the feet are connecting with the mat. I want you to lengthen your back leg, and I want you to just press the back thigh bone up towards the ceiling. You're not bending your knee, you're just pressing the back thigh bone up. And then drop that down. Then we're going to go towards the front thigh and just lengthen that leg away, press up. And drop down. And back leg, press up. and down. So just get the feel of it to start off with. So you're pressing the back of the thigh bone up, you're not lifting the leg. It's a slightly different sensation and feeling. It's like your foot is lengthening away and pressing the bone up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to go to the back leg and we're just going to lengthen away and we're going to press. You're going to pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and down. And we're going to lengthen the front leg and we're going to press up 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and down, and back leg 1, 2, 3. Keeping your pelvis nice and quiet on the mat and down. And again, lengthen. If you find your pelvis is rocking around quite a lot, then just soften the movement a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit smaller. And now both together, I want you to lengthen the legs away and bring them up. And then come down. Just as they come towards the floor, I want you to lengthen your legs away again. And down. And again. Again, see also, if you're going into your lower back a little bit, lengthen the legs away from you. Don't go up so far. Feel like you're lengthening the front of your thigh bones as you lengthen your legs away and press the backs of the thigh bones up towards the ceiling. And then hold here for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Soften your pelvis, lengthen your legs, and pulse 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Soften down. Move your pelvis from side to side. Tuck your toes under, send your heels away. Just really send those heels away, lengthen the legs, lengthen the legs, lengthen the legs, lengthen the legs, lengthen the legs. Bend the knees down, unravel the legs. So we're going to just lengthen that back leg, point the toe, flex the foot, send the heel away, and then bend the knee. Press up towards the ceiling, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then hold it up, 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 hold it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and press. Keep the connection on the front leg, on the leg that's not doing anything, that's supporting. Keep the pelvis nice and level, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Drop down, lengthen the leg. Move your bottom from side to side. We'll go to the front leg. Lengthen the front leg away, flex the foot, send the heel away, bend the knee, thigh bone moves away from the pelvis. And we're going to press up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, pressing up, pressing up, pressing up. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and press. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stop and down. Move your bottom from side to side. Bring your back leg up, flex the foot, bring your front arm around and hold your ankle. Bend the knee. Feel that opening of your thigh bone. Feel the lengthening of your thigh muscle as you just come, just send your knee away. You want your forearm, your opposite forearm. And I want you to just soften your foot now. And I want you to press your foot into your hand and then just notice how your rib cage moves with your hand. You can also give yourself a little bit of support with your forearm. But I want you to press the foot into the hand and allow the rib cage to move. And then soften down. Heel towards the bottom. Press into the hand, lengthen the arm, lengthen away, rotate the rib cage. And soften down. And again. And this time maybe lengthen the lengthened thigh so it comes off the mat. Just however it feels like it's okay. If it doesn't feel okay, don't do it. Drop down because this is quite strong. Change the arm so the back forearm comes down and then change the arm. If this is as far as you go, totally fine. If this is as far as you go, totally fine. You don't even have to hold your It's just about bringing your knee up and just lengthening it. So flex your foot to start off with. Hold it there, lengthening the knee away from the pelvis. And then point, just lengthen the foot and press the foot into the hand, coming up into a little bit of a rotation here. Opening up and lengthening the front of the hip. Come down. And again. And come down. And then again. Come back away, lengthen the foot so the thigh bone comes off, if that's available. And drop down. So now, only if this is possible, probably one of the last penultimate moves of today, both of your hands onto your feet. This is as okay as it is for you, then fine. If you want to go down to one alternate one, please do. Don't force yourself at all. Widen the collarbones here. Let the hands feel around the feet. Eye gaze is on the mat. Then you press into the feet into the hands to lengthen the front of the body. Press the thigh bones away from the pelvis as you come up. And you just lengthen your collarbones. Lifting your feet up, which will allow your thigh bones to elevate, soften down. And again, press the feet into the hands, lengthen the thigh bones away, widen the shoulders. And soften down. And one more time. Press the feet into the hands, lengthen the arms. Widen the collarbones, lengthen the thigh bones away from the pelvis. Beautiful. Calm down. Hands underneath the shoulder, tuck the toes under, come into child's pose. Allow the spine to unravel. And then tuck your toes under. And then come into a balance. Your arms around, and then it's available to you. Come down into a squat, place your heels on a cushion. If your heels aren't facing on the ground, just to give that support and allow your body the feeling that it can come down, and it will. And then drop your head down, hands on the floor, bring your feet inwards. And just hang here, spiral the arms in and out as you're hanging upside down in this forward bend. And then press down with the feet, curl up from the insteps in the spine, pubic bone, crown of the head. Let the shoulders hang away from the ears. And that, ladies, is your Saturday warm-up.